So we're unboxing the Jordan 1 Lucky Green to try and see if these are worth picking up or not. At first glance, these things are actually really nice. I was really hyped to get these in hand a little early before the release date. So I wanted to check these out, check out the materials, color blocking, and see how they look on feet with both sets of laces to see if these are really worth picking up next month when they release. So at first glance, I really liked them a lot. I like the pictures. I thought they looked pretty cool. And one thing that really stuck out to me was the color blocking in terms of how they look compared to the Chicago Black Toe Jordan 1s. So these actually look pretty similar, and they're basically those, except the color on these is just green. So on this one, you get green on the outsole, green around the back, and these green laces, which I'll talk about a little later, that are a little interesting and kind of threw me off because there are some black laces included, but they threw these green ones in as the primary set and made the black ones the extra set. But as we take a look at these are rumored to release in next month on April 15th for retail price of $180. So I wanted to start with the materials here. And around the toe, like that black toe design, like I had mentioned, you have a nice smooth black leather, and then you get a white tumbled leather on the toe box and on the side. Then wrap around to the back, you get a similar kind of tumbled leather in that green color. You have the Wings logo in black back there, and you get a classic black tongue with the green laces included and a green Nike Air on the top. I'm definitely impressed. I think they did a pretty solid job. Now, another thing that Jordan has been doing pretty recently, but I always like to see, is they made a special box for these shoes. This one is just black and green to match the colorway on the shoe, which I'm always a big fan of. And onto these laces here, like I had mentioned before, it threw me a little off because they put the green laces as the primary set of laces here. And I feel like they usually don't do that. If there's an alternate color other than black for the laces, then they usually make those the extra set and not the black ones the extra set. Regardless though, I'm gonna swap out these laces after we check them out on feet to get the black pair on there to see both options. That way we can get a final rating to see if these are really worth grabbing. And in terms of other things to note for the shoe, I always thought it's pretty interesting too, because recently I've seen a Jordan 1 low and a Jordan 1 mid come out in this lucky green color. That's the same lucky green used on these. Now, historically, they've done this in the past to make like a really appealing, hyped model of a shoe, say a Jordan 1, that would be expected to sell out, and then they would have the mid and the low as alternative options for those who missed out to then get the same kind of colorway in a different version that might still be in stock. Now, it seemed like they still did that this time and even used the same lucky green color on a pair of Jordan 2s that came out recently, which I actually really like. But even those Jordan 2s are pretty under retail right now, and these ones here, these ones, while there's probably going to be a good bit of hype around these, I'm not totally sure they're going to sell out on the drop. Now, of course, the Jordan 1 High, it's a really good looking color that seems to have pretty solid quality, but the demand for a lot of recent retros and Jordan 1 Highs in particular just isn't quite the same as it was a couple years ago. But as we move on here, I'll give you another shot of the all green outsole, which is always a nice touch. So to get a final test, what we're going to do is check out these on feet. So overall, taking a look at them, I think they're super clean, and I always think that you really can't go wrong with the Jordan 1 High, especially if you like this color green. I think it's a great option. But if you're a fan of this colorway in particular and the Jordan 1 High as a silhouette, I think these are definitely worth picking up.